Okay, so now we're going to look at the other design of the apartment. This is the one that I came up with, I guess, in competition with my mother's. So in this one here, we have it kind of laid out very differently, and the idea is kind of very different. Let's just walk through it piece by piece. In the bottom, it actually starts off the same way. We have, in the bottom left, you can see there's a walk-in closet or mudroom for in a little foyer area. The next room is a den or office, relatively small, but something where maybe you could set up a TV in there. And then the next set of rooms are really a master suite. The next room, my mouse is hovering over it, I'm not sure you can see it, is the bathroom. Then there's going to be a kind of a walk-in/walk-through closet where we can store things. And then finally the master bedroom, which is actually a pretty sizable bedroom. I think it's significantly larger than in the other layout. And also, in addition, there's two windows devoted to it. These windows also I'll add are the quietest part of the house, and also the least amount of light in the house. But still, it is a bedroom where you sleep, so it's not that concerning. Then, in addition, we have the bathroom. The second bathroom is much smaller than it is in the other layout. It's barely enough to fit, just toilet, sink, and shower. But it should be able to fit a stand-up shower, not a tub, but a stand-up shower in there without much of an issue. And then you go in further, and you get the kitchen, which is kind of plopped right here, and then the living room. And the main purpose of this design was to keep the living room intact, keeping those 6 windows intact, because those 6 windows are really what kind of sets this apartment apart in my mind. They are huge amounts of light. You can actually see a person's scale. I think they have a model person in there. Oh, I'm losing control of this thing. And you can see, you can kind of get a sense of how big this living room is. Yeah, you can see a person there. It's pretty small, but kind of floating inside the countertop. The idea is generally that you maintain this big, well-lit living room for entertaining or whatnot, and that's a pretty significant benefit. Obviously, the negative is that it's kind of set up in a way that's opposite how a normal home is set up. Here you walk kind of through a long, dark hallway, then you reach the bedrooms, then finally you reach the living room. Obviously, ideally it would be set up where you get to the living room first, and then and then the kitchen, and then maybe the bedrooms even behind that or adjacent to that. So it's kind of set up backwards. I'm not going to say I'd love that, but it's also not bad. I could live with that. Generally, the main benefit is that you walk through. We're keeping these windows intact. So let's just do a walkthrough as you enter. Let's just jump down here. Let's just start off. Another main negative thing is kind of the entryway is going to be relatively dark, right? So you start out outside, and then now we're in the hallway, and there's going to be very, very little lights in this hallway. It's, I think, 3.5, 4 feet wide. Maybe there's something we can do with track lighting or just lots of lighting on the walls. I'm not sure. But to give this a really light feel, even though it is kind of this dark, cavernous hallway. And then the idea is that when you walk in, hopefully the idea is I wanted this to be a relatively dramatic entrance. And if you walk in, right now you can only see these 3 windows. If we made the second bedroom even smaller, we could, in theory, we could probably make the other 3 windows even more visible. But then once you get here, there's no question this is going to be the best part. You kind of go, in order to get there, you have to go through the kitchen, which is definitely awkward and a little bit different, but still it's one of the nicer parts, of this design. So comparing the 2 designs, in one we have a more traditional layout and an entrance to a nice big open space. This one is definitely, takes more navigating to get to the hearth of the home. It doesn't immediately pop into your mind, but once you're there, it's pretty rewarding. So those are the 2 options, and I'm not sure exactly which to go with, but we'll see.